Welcome visionaries, creators, innovators, entrepreneurs, leaders, and growth seekers of all types to the Passion Struck podcast. Hi, I'm John Miles, a peak performance coach, multi-industry CEO, Navy veteran, and entrepreneur on a mission to make passion go viral for millions worldwide. And each week I do so by sharing with you an inspirational message and interviewing high achievers from all walks of life to unlock their secrets and lessons to becoming passion struck. The purpose of our show is to serve you, the listener, by giving you tips, tasks, and activities you can use to achieve peak performance and pursue the passion-driven life you have always wanted to have. Now, let's become passion struck.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 116 of the Passion Struck podcast. And thank you to each and every one of you who comes back weekly to listen and learn how to live better, be better, and impact the world. And if you're new to this show, or you would just like to introduce it to a friend or family member, we now have episode starter packs both on Spotify and on our website. These are collections of your favorite episodes organized by topic, which gives any new listener a great way to get acquainted to everything that we do here on the show. Just go to passionstruck.com/starter packs to get started. And if you prefer to watch instead of listen to these episodes, you can also go and subscribe to our YouTube channel at John R. Miles, where we have well over 250 different videos to give you a weekly dose of inspiration. Famous Greek philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote summarizes the topic of today's podcast. At some point in all our lives, we've all had times when we felt inadequate and imperfect about ourselves, whether due to a physical flaw, how we perceive ourselves, not reaching our goals, or a negative comment that someone made about us. However, by recognizing that we always have the freedom and power to choose how situations in life will affect us, we can rise above challenges and build healthy esteem for ourselves. In today's episode, I will be bringing your attention to Lizzie Velasquez's inspiring story. I will use her account to illustrate lessons we all can learn and tie it to information from other scientifically based sources that you can apply to your life to build healthy esteem. Thank you for choosing Passion Struck and choosing me to be your host and guide on your journey to creating an intentional life. Before we begin, I would like to emphasize that this podcast is part of my desire and hope to bring zero-cost information to the general public regarding how to unlock an intentional life. In keeping with that theme, I would like to thank the sponsors of today's episode. Today's podcast is brought to you by Surfshark, and as a former Chief Information Security Officer, I can tell you that the internet is getting more dangerous by the moment. Hackers have more ways to follow you, and trackers are looking at every step that you make. Luckily, there's a solution. You can get a VPN. It will hide your real location, making you much more difficult to identify and target. But privacy and security are not the only things that Surfshark has to offer. When you use a VPN, you can change your virtual location and forget about restrictions and censorship. Can't find what you want to watch on Netflix, Hulu, or Disney Plus, or other streaming platforms? Unlock new libraries with a VPN. You can try out Surfshark completely risk-free because they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Get Surfshark VPN at surfshark.deals/passionstruck. Use the promo code passionstruck for 83% off and 3 extra months for free. That's surfshark.deals/passionstruck and use the code passionstruck. I would also like to thank Coinbase for sponsoring today's episode. Cryptocurrency may feel like a secret or exclusive club, but Coinbase believes that everyone, everywhere, should be able to get into the door. Whether you are just starting or have been doing this for years, Coinbase can help you get started and are such an easy platform to buy, sell, or spend cryptocurrency. Millions of people in over 100 countries trust Coinbase for their digital assets. For a limited time, new users can get $10 in free Bitcoin when you sign up today at coinbase.com
Coinbase.com/passionstruck. Sign up for Coinbase.com/passionstruck for $10 in free Bitcoin. This offer is for a limited time only, so be sure to sign up today. That's Coinbase.com/passionstruck. And I know all those codes and URLs can be difficult to remember, so we put them in one place at passionstruck.com/deals. Please consider supporting those who support this show and make our content free for everyone. Now, back to Passionstruck.
It was another evening in the lovely city of Austin, Texas, where 17-year-old Elizabeth Ann Velasquez, known affectionately as Lizzie, lived with her parents and siblings. She had a quiet day at school and decided to relax by watching YouTube videos. She grabbed a sachet of potato chips, picked up her laptop, and logged on to her YouTube app. As she began scrolling through available videos, she came across a particular one that had her face on its thumbnail and had over 4 million views. It was titled "The World's Ugliest Woman." Eager to know what people were saying about the video, she headed to the comment section. To her utter dismay, Lizzie came across comments like, "Ooh, what a monster. Just put a gun to your head and shoot yourself. Kill it with fire. Why didn't her parents just abort her?" And so many other mean comments. Some referred to Lizzie as it and monster. In addition, she received emails with demeaning statements like, "I was just looking at your picture and you are very ugly. How are you a cheerleader?" Seeing these comments and emails, Lizzie was devastated and overcome, as I'm sure we all would be, with negative emotions. Lizzie Velasquez was born with an extremely rare condition called Marfanoid progeroid lipodystrophy syndrome. She calls it skinny bones, and only one other person in the entire world has been diagnosed with it. But over the years, Lizzie has been through a long, uneven journey because she cannot gain weight or accumulate body fat. Born 4 weeks prematurely, weighing just 2 pounds, 11 ounces, Lizzie has never weighed more than 60 pounds. This condition makes her always look frail and aged. It also caused the loss of sight in her right eye and diminished sight in her left eye. Growing up, though, Lizzie was blessed by having parents who purposefully raised her just as a normal kid and who always felt proud of her and made her feel important. They tried their best to make her feel loved and accepted. However, with the disclosure of the YouTube video, she was exposed to the cruelty and meanness of others. The self-esteem her parents had tried to build over all those years all came crashing down in an instant. On different occasions, people would point, giggle, and look at her in disgust, making her feel unworthy of being loved. Then she would get bullied and teased for being different by some of her peers at school. All these situations adversely affected her and caused her tremendous negative self-esteem. As time went by, Lizzie became a sad, self-conscious, miserable young lady who just lived every day dejected and frustrated. Initially, all she could think about was making those cyberbullies feel as low as she did, but she finally decided against it. Then one day, a deeper sense of self-worth was awakened. She emerged from the ashes and realized that her purpose in life was to become a messenger of hope and comfort. She thought about all that life had thrown at her and decided to take charge of her life rather than allow it to be determined by people's negative actions towards her. Lizzie recorded a video called "Courage and Determination" where she shared her objectives with the world. "Every day is a struggle," the video begins. "Being judged by strangers is not easy." She reveals how she read every single comment posted to the "Ugliest Woman in the World" video. After letting the pain of that experience go, she set 4 objectives for herself. The first, engaging others as a motivational speaker. The second, becoming an author. Third, graduating from college. Fourth, having a family and creating a career of her own. Not bad for someone who doctors said would never amount to anything. Fast forward to today, Lizzie graduated from college, became a renowned motivational speaker, authored 3 books so far, and is an activist against bullying. In fact, she has appeared at more than 200 workshops. In January 2014, she gave a TEDx talk titled "How Do You Define Yourself?" which has over 12.5 million views, and her YouTube channel has over 71 million views. In 2015, a documentary was released titled A Brave Heart, the Lizzie Velasquez story, which chronicles her story and ordeals. Let us now take a look at the steps Lizzie took to rise above the negativity around her and build enough healthy esteem to help her become the accomplished lady and inspiration she is today. So how did she go about building healthy esteem? For a long time, Lizzie allowed her outer appearance to define her. She thought her tiny arms, legs, and face were ugly and disgusting. She hated the image of herself in the mirror and felt her life would be so much better if she could just scrub off the syndrome. But nothing changed. Then she realized that the body she has is what she was given to live life through, and she accepted it. She became aware she couldn't physically change herself, but could control how she lived her life, regardless of her condition. She realized she didn't have to give in to the negativity, but could even use that negativity to fuel her desire to prove that she could achieve what anyone else who didn't have these conditions could. Then she decided to only allow her goals, her success, and her accomplishments to define her. The following are lessons from her story and tips on how you can also rise above negativity and build healthy esteem for yourself. Be self-aware and use positive affirmations. Ensure that you are constantly aware of the thoughts going on within your mind to detect when negative self-doubt thoughts are popping up. When you notice these negative thoughts, shut them off by positively affirming good things about yourself. According to new brain imaging studies published in Social Cognitive and Affective Neuroscience Journal, when people practice self-affirmations, the brain's self-processing and valuation cortex, which include the medial prefrontal cortex and the ventral striatum, are both activated. This leads to an increase in the ability to broaden a person's overall perspective and reduce the effects of negative emotions, thereby enhancing positive mental processes. Stop being a perfectionist. A lot of perfectionist tendencies are rooted in fear and insecurity, says Matt Plummer, who founded Zarvana, which is an online productivity coaching service. He further states many perfectionists worry that if they let go of their meticulousness and conscientiousness, it will hurt their performance and standing. Trying to do things perfectly at the expense of making constant progress is one major reason why so many people find themselves with low and unhealthy esteem. They just don't seem to get anything done because they keep worrying they'll make mistakes or are not good enough. Alice Boyes, author of The Healthy Mind Toolkit and the Anxiety Toolkit, and a former clinical psychologist, says, it's about rechanneling a strength of yours rather than aiming for a lower goal. Your goal is to take some of the pressure off yourself. You need to acknowledge your accomplishments and be open to making and learning from your mistakes. This is the way to grow. Don't compare yourself to others. Theodore Roosevelt once said, comparison is the thief of joy. This is such a true statement, as constantly comparing yourself to others will only cause you to feel unnecessarily pressured and discontented with your own life. Remember that we are all running different races and have our own unique goals. Your only competition is with yourself. So focus on yourself first. Practice self-love and celebrate yourself for the stage you're at while aiming for more. Take proper care of your health. Our physical bodies are the vessels through which we carry out life's everyday activities. When they fail due to stress or illness, we simply will be unable to function at our best. And this will cause a downward spiral into the abyss of low esteem. So do yourself a favor by eating well, exercising regularly, and getting enough rest to keep your body as healthy as it can be. Find the purpose in your pain. Instead of trying to hide herself from the world, Lizzie decided to turn things around and out of her own flaws, making it instead into a signature trait. She was able to see her condition as something that she could use to inspire others and went on to use it to achieve many great things. Likewise, you need to see beyond your own challenging situations and find the purpose in them to live a meaningful and impactful life. Improve your mind. Take conscious steps to invest in your mind by reading positive books, listening to other people's inspiring stories from platforms like TED Talks or podcasts like today's, watching educational and inspiring videos, and spending your time on activities that can add value to you. This will help you fortify your mind against unhealthy thoughts and equip you to be better able to maximize for growth and success. Seek support. Lizzie acknowledges that she has a lot of support from her parents, siblings, and friends, which helps her get by when things are quite tough. Likewise, we all need as much support as we can get to build healthy esteem. In some cases, you might require the help of a professional therapist or psychologist. Whatever the case may be, make sure that you're not all alone, but getting all the assistance that you can. Be kind to others. Being kind to others is one of the fastest ways to build up healthy esteem. By showing kindness, your empathy level will increase and you will be able to understand people better. This will create a virtuous cycle wherein you are also receiving love and kindness from others. Through this, you will help others feel better about themselves while feeling really good about your own self and inevitably building healthy esteem. Be strong in your spiritual health. Lizzie, who is a Roman Catholic, has said her faith has been my bedrock through everything. Just having the time to be alone and pray and talk to God and know that He's there for me. In the same way, we all need a higher power to whom we can entrust all our worries and receive grace and strength for growth. Find your place of spirituality and stand firm in it. Choose to live with gratitude. This might sound very cliche, but it shouldn't be overlooked. We have all been given the free will to make our choices, and so you can make your choice to live every day with an attitude of gratitude. And you will begin to see situations around you brighten up because you're now looking at things through the positive lens of gratitude. So how can you take everything that I've talked about in Lizzie's story and apply it to your life? Today, we live in a world where beauty is defined by supermodels. We have gone from a culture of character to a culture of personality to now a culture of celebrity. Success all around us seems to be defined by how much money we have, and accomplishment is defined by the number of social media followers that you have. In this kind of world, you need to ask yourself, what is going to define my life? Are you going to allow your outer appearance and the focus on materialistic things and the perceptions of others define you? Will you let what other people say, where you come from, or your peers give you the definition of your life? The choice is yours. Choose wisely, like Lizzie, who worked hard at changing her perspective and made the conscious decision to turn things around and create her own definition of beauty, success, and happiness. Remember, you are your greatest cheerleader. So work hard, encourage yourself, celebrate your wins no matter how little they may seem, and go on to build that healthy esteem you've always hoped to have. As written by Buddha, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. You've got this now. Go out and live life passion struck. And if there is a topic like today's that you would like to hear me discuss in more detail, you can reach out to me on email at momentumfriday@passionstruck.com or on Instagram at John R. Miles or LinkedIn at John Miles. And I just wanted to bring to your attention some of the amazing guests that we have coming up over the next couple months. This past week, I interviewed Susan Cain, the author of Quiet, who gave me the enormous honor of using the Passion Struck podcast to release her new book, Bittersweet, on April 4th. It was an amazing conversation, and you're not going to want to miss it. We also have Gretchen Rubin, the best-selling author of The Happiness Project, as well as many other books coming up. Rear Admiral Tim Gallaudet, who is the former Undersecretary of Commerce and head of NOAA. Admiral James Stavridis, who is also using our podcast to launch his new book, To Risk It All, and that episode will come out later on in May. Astronaut Nicole Stott, who will talk to us about the impact that going up into space has had on her and what she's doing now to teach others about it. And we also have famed psychologists David Vago and Dr. David Yadin coming on the podcast as well. So much inspirational content that I hope you can apply in your own life and create the intentionality that you have always wanted so that you can become your best self. Now go out there and live life passion struck. Thank you so much for joining us. The purpose of our show is to make passion go viral.
And we do that by sharing with you the knowledge and skills that you need to unlock your hidden potential. If you want to hear more, please subscribe to the Passion Struck podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your podcasts at. And if you absolutely love this episode, we'd appreciate a 5-star rating on iTunes and you sharing it with 3 of your most growth-minded friends so they can post it as well to their social accounts and help us grow our Passion Struck community. If you'd like to learn more about the show and our mission, you can go to passionstruck.com where you can sign up for our newsletter, look at our tools, and also download the show notes for today's episode. Additionally, you can listen to us every Tuesday and Friday for even more inspiring content. And remember, make a choice, work hard, and step into your sharp edges. Thank you again for joining us.